Hey everybody, happy weekend if you're happening to watch it on the weekend. This is my daughter, and she had an idea for our next Crazy Eric project. What would
With
you like
me.
to do?
We're going to be making a Hylian shield from Legends of Zelda. There are many different versions of it, and we've picked a version that we have a picture of. So we're going to be making this out of some material that I don't know yet. And so here we have it on the computer screen.
My daughter did a search for images of the shields that were available, and we scrolled through and found one that she thought would be a good fit, which is this one. And so one of the things that I like to do is I open the image in its own tab here, and then I'm going to print it to the scale that I want. So on a Mac in Safari, you can actually print, and right now it's sized at 8.5 by 11 at 100%. And so my daughter did some research on dimensions, and width-wise, it usually runs between 18 and 22 inches. So if it's on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, so 8.5 being the width, and I want it to be between 18 and 22, if I double an 8.5 sheet, how big will it be, Anna?
17 inches.
Right. So that's pretty close to what we want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it to print at 225%, which will be...
That's going to be pretty big.
Yeah, I try not to waste paper.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think
This
I'm
is
going to...
just like the Jabba's Palace.
It's exactly like when we did Jabba's Palace. That's right.
Yeah, but this time we won't leave the paper on there because the paper wants to peel these days.
So I try not to waste paper. There we go. So I'm only going to print the pages I need, not the blank ones, and then we'll tape it together and we will have a master template so that we can cut.
Yep, that sounds great. Printing out references for the shield, so we've got a reference here for size, then we've got a reference for how we want it to look, and the reference for color is being printed out right now.
So we use that for when we want to paint?
Yes.
Okay. When we printed this out, as you can see, it's got these white borders around it, and when we need to assemble it, that's not going to work. So what I do is, you have to be careful because if you've cut off all the borders, you don't have anything to tape to. But what I'm going to do is, this is the thickest part, so it'll make a good backing. So I'm going to trim the border off of this and then tape these two pieces together. So they should line up pretty perfectly. And then you get this from experience, but when you tape it, I actually use my other fingers to hold the two pieces of paper in place so they don't shift when I'm taping. Now obviously I could print this whole, take this whole file to like a printer's and have them printed on a big sheet of paper if I wanted to, but it seems unnecessary. And then because I'm going to be, ultimately we're going to cut this around the whole edge and we need it to be a whole piece, I don't want it flapping around, so I'll secure from the back as well. But you really only need to secure where the shield is because we're going to trim the rest off, so no point in wasting tape. All right, 2 down, 4 more to go.
I'm now cutting the shield around this nice dark border that it has. It's pretty much a nice line to show us where to cut. And then we'll have our template. Finished cutting out the shield template, and now we found this nice plywood. That's the perfect size for the shield. So we're going to be using this as the back, and since it's a little warped, it has a very nice little curve in the middle, which will make it the tiniest bit more accurate to the game. So my dad is tracing out the shield onto the plywood so that we can start cutting the wood. Do you have anything you want to say, Dad?
Nope.
Okay.
Happy with it?
Yeah, I like it. It looks great. I wonder if it'll fit with the wood thing.
Looks good?
Exact fit. I'm zooming all the way in to catch all the precision. We are tracing the outer metal thingy right here onto foam so we can make it pop out like this.
Relief. It's called relief.
A leaf, okay.
Not a leaf. Relief.
A what?
Relief.
Relief. Okay. Relief. So our plan for this nice design thingy that's on here is we're going to use that thingy as a template to put clay, and then we'll bake the clay onto it and then glue it onto the shield. And then after that, we're going to paint, like when we're done, we're going to paint everything, and nobody will know that there's actually a paper there, ever. So what we've done is we've glued all the pieces of foam to the original wood base thingy that we've got. And now we're going to use this tool to, we've already started here, but to make this curve that the shield has downwards.
All right. Maybe it doesn't do such a great job. I don't know.
Cool, though.
Yeah. Turn the paper so you're not fighting with your own wrist. There you go. Hold on to that long piece with your other finger, yeah, so that that doesn't move because the paper will fold or stretch. There you go.
Why don't you use the zoom in thing?
You actually get a better picture if you don't.
So I cut this.
Turn it up closer to you so we can see it to your face. There you go.
It's one of these metal things on the top, kind of upside down.
That's fine.
School day's coming. I want to sleep.
Maybe much improved by the end of the weekend, I'm sure.
I know.
Actually, I'm going to do something different.
What are you going to do? I'm going to replace this one with an iPhone 6. If it's the same size,
It won't be.
well, what are you going to do with this really expensive case?
I'll probably give it to one of my children if they want it.
I like it. It's really cool. I mean, like, it's amazing. coming in pretty good. So far we've gotten some, we haven't glued anything on yet, but we've gotten some of this metal part, as you can see on here. And we got the little ones, that's really hard to notice because everyone keeps forgetting about it. And then we got these top ones. And then pretty much all that's left is the little Triforce, well, it's not really a little one, the Triforce, and then the bird thing.
Doing?
We are going to start doing the bird thingy and the Triforce on this to make it a little different from how we did the pink foam. This is thinner than the pink foam, so
Okay.
it'll look different and give some difference to it.
Back and forth on that one.
Have you worked with spackle like this before?
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's how I did the two masks and the camera.
Oh, cool. We sanded down the spackle, so it's smooth now, and we just now it's smooth. You can still see the crack a bit, but at least it's sealed up. I think it's good. Got very nice cuts done.
Thanks.
Oh, it's the music, not me.
Uh-huh. That's great, thank you. What you doing?
I am making snakes for the decoration. That goes right here. So I've already done these two. I'm going to make a rim last. Once it's baked, it should fit like a frame. I'll take it off the paper if I can, and we'll stick it on here. So we put in some of the inner pieces in the shield, such as the bird and some of that metal looking thingies that I'm not sure what to do. And then we covered it with Mod Podge to protect it from the spray paint, which we're going to be using. We haven't yet glued on the Triforce because in the picture there's this thing surrounding the Triforce, which we haven't done yet. So once we do that, well, we're going to use the Triforces to measure for it. So after we make that, we're going to glue it up.